Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a part-time reseller and stay-at-home mom, and these are the items I sold on November 9th through the 15th. I'm gonna do a video next on sales the 16th through the 22nd, plus Thanksgiving week. We were out of town, so I was on vacation mode and only made 3 sales. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'll let you know my totals for cost of goods, my total sales, and my net sales prior to taxes. Let's get started. I had 13 sales this week, 6 on Posh and 7 on eBay. All I can think is 6, 7. My kids do that all the time, and now it's like every time I see it, I'm sure you're in the same boat. Up first over on eBay was this Anthropology. It was, the brand is called Meadow Rue. I have had this forever. Cost of goods was $130. I accepted an offer for $13. I netted $11.85. These were my daughters. They're Stride Right 360 boots. Cost of goods was $0 because they belonged to her. There was an ad fee of 78 cents. I accepted an offer for $15 and I netted $15.04 because of the way shipping worked out. I do not pass my shipping discount along to buyers, and so sometimes I end up making more even if it's the same amount. So just heads up. This I sold in 8 days. Cost of goods was $156. It sold for $19.99. I accepted an offer and I netted $17.46. These Talbot's pants sold in 48 days, and I probably need to do a what sold in 30 days or less or 90 days or less video because I've had a lot of quick sales and a lot of things that are really old selling. So that's been interesting to watch. Cost of goods was $105. I sent an offer for $20.23 and they accepted, so I netted $19.06. These were the sale of the week. They're Naote General Boots. They sold in 13 days. Cost of goods was $635. I accepted an offer for $95 and I netted $75.34. So winning on those. This vintage tie I've had for way too long. It came in a bag of like wholesale things I bought from my thrift store in Kentucky. I accepted an offer for $12. Cost of goods from that bag was $177 per item. So I netted $10.36. These were a dumb pickup. Cost of goods was $158. There was an ad fee of 50 cents attached. I accepted an offer for $8 because I've had them forever. And another thing I've noticed about my old listings and the way reselling changes and ebbs and flows is the way I used to like write my listings out was different than I do now. So like that says Timberland toddler field boots. I would have written Timberland leather boots, toddler size, blah, 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 and then put the stuff at the end. So I have changed like my layout of titles, and I think that changes sales as well. So you learn as you go. Over on Poshmark, I had this Zara top or cardigan sell. Cost of goods was $8.55. I accepted an offer. Nope, I sent a 30% offer for $35. I netted $17.95. This was the brand XCVI. This was their mindset label. Cost of goods was $160. It came from the bins. I accepted an offer for $25 and I netted $18.40. If you ever see print fresh pajamas, this is the second pair I've found and sold. Pick them up there, Anthropology, and people really like them. These sold in 6 days. I accepted an offer for $60. Cost of goods was $317. I netted $44.83. This I didn't want to take 30 on. I was hoping to get more. This one was like in perfect condition and I sold another one the following week because I had 2. These were me and my sisters when we were kids. This one sold for $30. Cost of goods was $0 because it belonged to me as a kid. It sold in 19 days. I netted $24. The other one that was flawed, it was missing a button and had a spot, also sold for $30 on Facebook Marketplace. So interestingly enough, you just see how things sell differently. This was like a dress that my mom picked up. I don't even know. It's like Duo Kipolita, unbranded. Cost of goods was 63 cents. My mom always picks up dress up stuff because it sells. I accepted an offer for $15. I netted $11.37. This I have had for way too long. The button was broken and chipped. It was a vintage Victoria's Secret gold label. And again, I put Victoria's Secret vintage gold label. I would have said vintage Victoria's Secret gold label or vintage gold label Victoria's Secret nowadays. So things change. Cost of goods was $1. I accepted an offer for $15. I netted $11. That brings this week's cost of goods to $28.56. My total sales were $439.32, and my net sales were $283.68. I hope y'all all have a great December. Bye.